my pleasure Dr. Suborno Bose, founder and chief mentor of the IIHM and Indismet Group.
Thanks, Aurobindo. Thanks, SMU, for the opportunity. So a couple of points. I'm in hospitality education and I'm in hospitality business and many other things which are not important. So as far as education, already it's such a delight, such an honor for me to sit in SMU and speak to you. Since hospitality is very vocational, very unlike strategy-based management education, there is almost a 65-70% of vocational input and 30% of managerial input. So it's about culinary, it's about very interesting thing, about food, about wines, about cocktails. So all these things we create the experience. So we are talking about the experiential learning. So obviously during the online education for the 2 years, the pursuit for the vocational education was largely defeated because you can't really teach a lot of things online. Although we tried. To the extent we innovated, and that's one of the things that we learned from COVID, we innovated so much. We sent to the students a day before the wine testing. So we do something like a wine testing. We send 4 bottles of mini wine bottles by hand in each of our 10 campuses, each of the students' house. And next day on a Zoom day, open and test with our sommelier. So we kind of say, okay, open the red wine, open this, just smell this, live this. So we tried everything, which we never did before. We never thought that we can actually teach wine testing by online, and now we are doing it as a business to a lot of people who can't travel. So similarly we did with a lot of culinary classes where we would send the intent a couple of days before, so buy this kind of fish, this kind of chicken, and then we give them the recipe before and we'll cook with our master chef online. So these are not easy things, to be honest, and these are more of literacy, as we all say, and I always believe in Gandhiji's word that literacy is not the end of education, it's not even the beginning. So I think what we succeeded is a fair amount of literacy, not education. Because in hospitality, it's a people's business. It's all about for the people, by the people, of the people, and without the people interacting with people, we can't really teach them. We can't really teach them how to smile actually, which is the first lesson in hospitality. So it wasn't easy, but then I think we learned so much through the online experience. Those online experiences now treating us very well. For example, we had something called admission test, which used to be an offline, very messy affair actually. So we started online, and we started online, home online, and we stuck to it. Even this year, well, India has now opened. Indian education is now open almost 100% offline. We still do our home online admission test, right? You can sit at home, you can open your computer and give an entrance exam. You don't need to really come and sit on a physical location and do it, either through computer or on a piece of paper. So this is a big learning. A lot of our assessments are now through online, which is like an e-exam for 1 hour, whether inside a campus or from home. So I think there has been a great learnings from the education, from the COVID, and which are now put on use. From the hospitality business, we run hotels as well. It was terrible actually. I mean, the COVID to the hospitality business was possibly the most affected sector was hospitality and travel. And as I said that sitting in a business school, I don't know any business school teaches how to run a business with 0 revenue. It's absolutely 0 revenue. And you need to run a business with 0 revenue, with people, salary, overheads, and mind that the government never waived our electricity bill, government never waived our property taxes. But we have to pay, even in India, the excise duty, the bar license fee, even the bar was closed due to the lockdown. The government don't understand it is a lockdown. I can't sell my liquor, but still have to pay the full bar license. So in spite of that very, very difficult situation, I think we survived and we are thriving now. I think the way the hospitality industry has bounced back is incredible. Not just in India, but also elsewhere in Singapore as well. I was with my friends in the hospitality industry for the last 3 days, and I think some incredible business has been now done in Singapore with average room rate almost around $350, which is fantastic, with average occupancy of 80%. And with the F1 coming, you know that it will be back. In India as well, the leisure industry especially has gone so well that I have a hotel in Goa, and in Goa there are hotels which are selling at 40,000 per night. So, and you won't still get them. There's a hotel in Rishikesh which sells at 75,000 per night, and you need to wait for 2 months to get a reservation, which is such great news for us. Every time you guys pay more money to hotels, we are very happy, because that money goes to our students who work for the hotels. So I think the lessons from the COVID have to be implemented. There are a lot of positives which we learned, a lot of innovations which we tried, and we should try to get the best things. And food, I think, is very important. Whether it's, especially in a country like India and of course in Singapore, whether it's a celebration, whether it's a mourning, you need food, you eat food. So food is one thing that gets us social fabric going. Is one single point of attraction is for the social fabric to be together. So I think the food industry is very important. And during COVID, we had got so many home bakers, so many people who learned cooking, and so many of them are actually doing now professionally. In fact, we have got a very good case study of India's largest online bakery and pastry outlets called F&P, Farn and Petals. So what F&P do, they have discovered that in spite of investing on machines and doing the sponges for cakes, they can actually have 200, 300, 400 home bakers who will do it for them at 1/4 of the cost. So they got these home bakers to do their sponges, and whenever there's an order, a guy goes on a scooter and take the sponges from the nearest location, and they just finish it, just top it up with all the cream and the finishing and send it. So in a way, it has scaled up their business exponentially. So a lot of things happened during COVID which was unthinkable even years before. So I think the best thing is that the industry has learned fast. They are much more alert, much more agile, and if the COVID comes back or something like that comes back, I think we would be much better prepared. Thank you.
For a great hospitality career, call 98310 50,000.